Virtus in Veritate, welcome to FortiKast. Sharing good vibes and bring the Mariner community together every Friday at 5 p.m. In today's episode, we ask, what is it like to be both a gamer and a model student? Please welcome your hosts, Miguel de la Cruz, Alvaro Cordero, Renzo Villa, and Sir Linus Calderon.
Woo! Let's
All right, good
go!
day,
Let's
Mariners!
go! Yee!
All right, so I'm excited for
Hello,
this
Northfield
episode.
Mariners.
So, if you guys are excited too, please show us how excited you are in the comment section down below. We will read those in a bit. But
Woo! Let's
first,
go,
guys,
Mariners.
kamusta? How was your week? Busy, chill? What's your
Yeah, if I may start.
okay?
So the week has been quite hectic to say the least, especially for us, the grade 12, since we had to accomplish a research paper, which is chapter 2 of our draft.
Uh,
Yes, that's right. And then of course we have to have the time to prepare this very special episode for you guys, which
mhm.
you'll be excited for today.
All right. So, how about you, Alvaro? How was your week?
Hi, sorry. Okay, so for me, no, our week, grade 10's week was medyo light, but
Mm.
for me, it was heavy because I would sleep super
Wow.
late.
Yeah.
I would sleep
Oh,
super late.
same,
You
same.
know, studying. But yeah,
True.
the topic for today is a good thing to talk about because that's the thing I've been doing the whole week. So yes,
Nice.
All right.
Good to hear. Well,
How about you, Sir Linus? How was your week?
Yes, hello. Before I answer
All
the
right.
question, I would like to greet everyone a good afternoon and thank you for tuning in to
Mhm.
FortiKast. So my week, it's our midterms week in senior high school, and you know that as compared before, we do not have major exam during midterms now, but we're recording,
Mhm.
your grades for the past uh, previous week. So yeah, also busy. I also attended a seminar, a webinar this week while working. So
Mhm.
I was
ooh.
asking, even though I told you before na it wasn't, advisable because only 2% talaga of people in the world can multitask. Many of us, were more effective if we
Oh.
monotask. So that's
Oh.
how my week.
Mm.
How about you, Miggy?
So, so it looks like we've all been having busy weeks. Mine was already busy before it even started because my to-do list was filled. And I barely made it. I think how I did it. Surprise, surprise. Time management works, although I don't know if I did it
Yeah.
properly because I don't. I'm still working on that. So what I just did is I focus one task. The task for today. Don't worry about the task for tomorrow just yet, because
Yes.
focus on this one
Yes.
first. And adding to that is a task that's due on Friday. The show. It was added to all my list of tasks, but it was worth it because I love being with you guys here. In fact, I am willing to drop all of my schoolwork for this show. I am just joking,
Wow.
sirs. Please don't be mad at me. It was just a joke. I love my studying. I love you guys. All right, so um, what about we read some of these comments? So,
Yes. Let's read the
um,
comments.
Sugar over here. Hello,
Hello,
Northfield. You've been
Sugar.
here since
Welcome back again.
4:20 p.m. You've been waiting for almost more than 30 minutes. All right, so
Wow.
over here we've got okay, Quirky Epsilon. I'm here for the cool guy in the thumbnail. All right, wait for him, right?
Nice.
Because
Nice.
he's
Nice.
great. Yes. Okay, there we go. His name is right there. Eight man. Where is Kato? Looks like you
Don't
guys
you
are all
worry.
excited to meet our guest for today. Don't worry, you will be meeting him very soon. All
Yes, I
right.
guess our viewers are excited for the topic this week. What are
Mm-hmm.
we going to talk about this afternoon?
So yeah, we are going to talk about gaming this week, and specifically, we're going to talk about
Ooh.
gamers, specifically this gamer that you've been asking for, apparently. Okay. So, but before we get started with the show, let's settle in, recap any big events that happened this week, or as far as you guys know. Anyone? Nothing.
Mm,
So no.
Well,
Okay.
I
So
have one.
well, sure.
oh, okay.
Actually, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be kept a secret, pero what the heck. So, we were planning
Okay.
for the program for, yeah, for Foundation Day,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll save that for later. Right now. So let's just So okay,
Well,
so
you
since
mentioned gaming, Miggy. And speaking of gaming, we actually prepared a Padlet wall
yeah.
for everyone so
Yeah,
that you can,
boys.
because we're going to be talking about games and gaming. So if you want to share us your gaming setup, so please submit a picture of your gaming setup so we'll be inspired on how to build ours as well. So we've prepared a Padlet wall for you to submit your picture and also tell us something about your setup. So please look at the comment section on Facebook and on YouTube because we will be posting the link to that Padlet wall. Okay, so I hope um, you will and we'll show it at the end of the show later, right?
All right, we're gonna be going to that into our 2 cents. But before that, I guess we are actually pretty much settled in. We could now I think it's time to move in focus.
All right, so in this episode, we will be talking about gaming. And here to tell us all about it, we have our special guest, my classmate from grade 10, Unstoppable Orcos, one of my best friend, Keito Balagtas. Woo! Keito Balagtas, nice to meet you
Go!
guys.
Nice
Hype,
to have
hype,
you
hype.
here.
Oh,
Afternoon, guys.
Hi,
Afternoon.
Keito.
welcome to
So,
Hello,
podcast.
Kato.
It's
so
great
based
to
on
be
the
here.
mhm,
Is this
based
Yes,
on
your
the
it's a
first time
comments,
privilege.
recording Casito?
Sorry,
First
what's
time
your?
guest. First
this
time
is your
guesting.
first
Yes,
time.
sir. First time guest.
Okay,
Well, it seems like
Awesome.
this
based on
is
the
gonna be
comments,
pretty
people
fun.
wanted to see you here. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Keito, before we get started, how was your week?
It's pretty chill. Was probably the most stress-inducing thing was seeing 7 deadlines on the same day because I decided to cram everything. But
Oh,
you know,
Oh,
it
good
works. It
student,
works.
good
It
student.
works.
I should
It
Oh,
Sabi
works.
nga
wow.
nila,
7 deadlines
What a good
panic,
student.
sometimes panic fuels productivity.
Ah, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the funnest way to do it.
Don't
All
listen.
right. So I think everyone is excited to learn more about gaming. So Miggy, why don't you begin the conversation?
All right, thank you, Alvaro. Okay, so I have first question for you here is well, gaming is really fun. That's not a secret, but now I want to know what got you into it and what do you enjoy the most about it? Like anything in particular that you like about gaming?
Oh, so for me, I was I think 7. My eldest brother, Rafa Balagtas the Beast. He he showed me Warcraft: The Frozen Throne, so which is a massive multiplayer online battle arena, and that's cultivated my interest in like the newer versions of the game, like Dota 2 and League of Legends now. So yeah, that's how it started. All
Right.
began there.
All right. So yeah, it's very interesting to hear about how you got into gaming, but I want to know now how is there a specific genre or style or game mode that you prefer?
Oh yeah, they're called MOBAs, massively online battle arenas. They're like it's like chess but with everything else. All sports, it's a weird game. It's a game of resources. You have a
Oh,
control
interesting.
character to control, a team to work with, objectives to take. So slowly you just get more resources over and over. Then eventually you're able to win the game. But it's very complex in the way you do that, which is why I love it so much.
Wow,
All
interesting
right, and
Speaking
there.
now I
of,
want to ask,
speaking of
yes, sir.
MOBAs, yeah, speaking of MOBAs, there is a new MOBA game in town, Pokemon Unite, di ba? It was released this week, so yes, yeah,
Yeah.
check that out. It's a cool game. I tried it. I tried playing it, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's a
All right,
cool
so
and
sir.
addition of MOBA.
Speaking of that, I want to know from everyone else before we get back to Kato. Do you guys also have any experience in terms of gaming?
I think I can go next. So, what got me into gaming was my older brother. Like when I was grade 5, that's when I started to play my first game. It's called Team Fortress 2. Yes, very original game. Hold it close to my heart. So yeah, I played it for like a month or so. Then like one day, I was rushing into my computer. I was like, yes, yes, Team Fortress 2, makakalaro na ako. But like once I opened it, it was like deleted. It was gone. Like I asked my brother, Kuya, where's the game? He said, I deleted it. Why? You're wasting your time. So yon, I just resorted to playing Minecraft in my potato phone. And then
Oh.
what genre do I like? The genres I like are ano, mga thriller, horror, single player, and
Ooh.
then multiplayer FPS co-op games and survival. So like what I really love about video games is uh basically playing with my friends, playing with Keto,
Mhm.
playing with my friends William, Paul, Javi, King. Yeah, it's really fun to play with them because the adrenaline rush of like clutching or running away from your opponents, and
Yes.
especially like meeting new people, since
Mm.
video games
Facts,
like connect
facts.
everybody like around the world, and meeting people is like an everyday thing already. So yeah, that's my answer.
So, how about you, Sir Linus? Do you have any gaming experience?
Well, I don't consider myself as a gamer, but I grew up
Mm-hmm.
playing video arcade games.
Mm.
Yes, so video arcade games and some
Ooh.
PlayStation 2 games. But the most games that I played with are, have you remember do you remember the Flash games back in 2000s? Mini
Oh, sir,
clip.
Mm.
Y8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why?
Oh my
Y8.
god.
Y8.
Oh, the
Yeah,
nostalgia.
New
Oh, I miss that so
Fireboy and
much.
Newgrounds.
Water Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Fireboy and Water Girl.
yes, yeah. So I used to play a lot, those games. But now, yeah, I play from time to time mobile game, and sometimes, yeah, there's a thing in Mac. Someone commented that he's using a Mac computer, and yes, Mac is not,
Oh.
gaming friendly setup, but you may want to check Apple Arcade. Apple Arcade is like Netflix for games.
Yes.
You have to pay a subscription fee per month, but there is no in-app purchases. Okay, so no money involved once you subscribe, and that's a good. And although it's just starting, there are only parang 150 games pa lang, pero gumaganda na yung offering nila. Ikaw,
All right.
Renzo.
Mm.
Yes, thank you, po, sir. So, how did I get myself into gaming? Well, it's actually been a long time. Siguro almost the same age as Kato, I guess. So, I first got exposed in gaming when started playing PS2, and I also had like my own personal PSP. I wonder if you guys
Mhm.
actually remember PSP. Oh, I miss those days. The times where you get a UMD like the disc, and just you
Mhm.
plug it on the back of the PSP, close it, activate the game, and then there you go. You're set to play.
Mhm.
Oh, I miss those days. But of course, I remember playing the PS2, and then since 2013 or 14, I think, me and my brother got a PlayStation 4. So yeah. Now in terms of the genre, I'm not keen on like some of the other genres you guys mentioned. So I'm a little different when it comes to the genre. So for me personally, I'm more of the racing game type. So I play
Mm.
games like Asphalt, Formula One games perhaps, and different kinds of racing games. And actually, I'm playing Asphalt 9 right now. Since the pandemic began, I actually wanted to come back to Asphalt 9. Because I took a long, long break from Asphalt, and I'm
Mhm.
really glad to be playing. And Sir Calderon, if I may ask, you
Yes.
actually play Asphalt po, if I heard
Yeah.
correctly?
I played Need
Oh,
for Speed Asphalt 9,
oh,
yes.
Need for Speed. Oh, I miss that. I miss that. So yeah, and that is like my genre, and yeah, how I got myself into gaming.
Okay, so how for me though, if there's something, I think this comment would also speak for how my experience. I don't own any games, so I'm not really that exposed to it. But I do play some games sometimes because let's say I'm in outside or doing an activity somewhere, and then someone I know, a friend of mine, brought a Switch or something, and then there's Smash Bros over there. I'd be like, hey guy, can I play? So there, that's yeah. As Alvaro said, one of the most fun things about playing is if you're playing with others. So That's the extent of my experience, honestly. All right, so Alvaro, why don't
So
you
like
continue our conversation?
I know everybody's been mentioning they play this, they play that, but let's not forget we're students. We have things to do. So let's start with you,
Mm,
Kato. How do you balance your schoolwork with games? Any challenges or difficulties?
Well, for me, it's the big thing is that I know that I only have a set amount of time every day to finish my tasks, right? So if I want to get into a good school, get good grades, do the things I want, I have to finish the stuff I need to do first. So
mm-hmm.
usually, one thing I feel like I'm really good at is I'm really good at uh, knowing how much time it'll take to do a task. So even if I push it all the way until next week when it's due, I still know if I have enough time, I can do it in that time. So I just usually that amount of time and some more, I save that time and only use that time for school. And usually any time that's left over, I just do whatever I want with it, whether games or not. Eat. So
I guess
yeah.
I can go next. So, I mean, for me, how I balance it is the secret to it, guys, is that you sleep late. Joke lang. Don't sleep late, guys.
Okay,
Sleep is
okay, stop. Okay,
important.
okay,
Just
okay.
So,
coming from the
ako, I
STP president.
usually play, no, sir, no, bad influence. I usually play games after class. And, I have this
Mm-hmm.
system called IWSI. So, take notes, guys. So, it's called ISWI means I want, so I. So, let's say I want to play video games. So, I cleaned the house, I did my math homework, I studied my readings. Before I want to,
Mm,
play video games, I do at least five productive things. But I only do that in weekdays. So in the weekends, I just play whatever and whenever. And last is I delay the gratitude. Like what I do is
mm,
I stop myself talaga from playing. And the more I stop myself from playing in the weekdays, the more I know I'm going to enjoy it once I play in the weekends. So yeah, that's how I balance it. How about you, Renzo? How do you
Oh,
balance?
yeah, sure. So for me, I know I know the most common answer is just like, oh, you have to set aside that or something like that and try to control your best to with gaming and schoolwork. But honestly, what I actually do now is I try to organize my tasks. So currently, I am using Google Calendar, which I well at first I found it to be overwhelming, but then with Google Calendar actually helped me now to manage all of my schoolwork,
mm,
and then afterwards, if I have the time to do so with playing games, if I'm not really doing anything at all, then uh that's the time that I can try and play games during my free time or just do anything in general. So yeah, that's how I balance
mm,
my
yeah.
work and games.
All right.
Okay.
I think we could now move on. Renzo, what is there something you want to ask our guest?
Ah yes, sure, Miggy. Okay. So we know that gaming can have its pros and cons. Although I know majority would say that it does have some negatives, there are actually also some positives with gaming. So, Kato, to ask you something, um, was there any has your experience playing games taught you anything, and does it actually benefit you?
Oh yeah, for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing with how to improve by playing video games is that you really have to notice it. It doesn't just happen. Maybe some of it
Right.
will come naturally, but it doesn't come naturally. Like in MOBAs, it's a 5v5, the games that I play. So one of the things that you have to learn is you have to learn empathy because you need to understand like if one of your teammates wants to do something, you have to understand that hey, maybe I should help them instead of being like five people on the same team or five people on the team but that don't really work together. It's better to have a team that
Right. Right.
have the same objective. So that's one of the things. And but it can be really hard because gaming is so it's usually something you see as this is where I want to put all of my stress. I don't want to think about anything. So you just put all your
Yes.
negative emotions into it, release.
Mm,
but
Right. Right. Right.
but it can be very constructive if you
mm-hmm.
actually try to better yourself in games.
That's
It's
true. Yes. Yeah, if I may add, uh, yeah, gaming can also be quite stressful because, like, honestly, let's say if I play Asphalt and then I play multiplayer, I know it can be so stressful, and then you try to put the blame on someone, for wrecking you or something, or just any games in general that you kind of lose respect. But of course, you know no, regardless of the game, it really is just about teamwork, sportsmanship, and just respecting one another. So that's how I see, how gaming can actually benefit all of us, really. And how about you, Miggy? Any
Um,
insights?
don't ask me, as I've said a while ago. I not don't have
I
much
think I
exposure
can
to
help
game.
you, Miggy. I
Thank you,
got you
thank
All
you,
this
right,
thank you.
time.
sure. I'm
So
sorry.
Well, yeah, if I may add to, the answer, Kato answered that, for him, the experience of, playing games is, in a sense, very cathartic, no? Parang
Mm.
it purges him of negative emotion, and that's actually, in media studies, that's a theory, and we study that in media information literacy. But let us also recognize that there are some games that really, um what they call this, increases aggressiveness in us. So we have to, really find games that would really
Mm.
help us, improve. Kasi many studies suggest that video games like for example Counter Strike, it actually increases your hand-eye coordination skills
Mm.
because of, you learn that from playing the game. It's just a good thing to learn. And for me lang, I suck at gaming, but don't be
Thank you,
stressed.
sir.
This is what I want to tell people. Because if you're playing games and you are, you're stressed because you don't win, for example, multiple losses, and
Mm.
you get stressed. So what's the point of playing, di ba? If you don't enjoy the game, di ba? So
Mm.
especially if the
Right.
game is not esports, you're not part of a team na playing talaga for tournament. So I think the the first thing that you have to um get from it is to enjoy and de-stress. Kasi, di ba, what's the point of playing if you
Correct. That's
di
right.
ba may stress ka lang na, may talo na naman, di ba? So, well, just enjoy, di ba? Kaya don't invite me sa sa tawag nito, sa COD kasi ipapatalo ko lang.
All right. So
Enjoy.
actually, guys, thank you for. Oh, sorry, you're gonna.
yes,
Okay,
sorry.
sorry.
Okay, so I just wanted to add on to what everybody has said, but especially with what Sir Linus said. He kept saying the word invest, and a lot of us kept saying invest. What I learned from video games is that investing is good, investing your time, investing your money, your resources, as long as you invest in the proper things. Kasi ako,
Mhm.
before, like, I'd invest 10 minutes of my break time just practicing my aim in CSGO. But like in the long run, that didn't help me. Yeah, it helped
Mm.
me in video games, but it didn't help me as a person, as a student. And it's good to know talaga the games that you play because like this, the comment of Sir John Watt, for
Mm.
me, also choose wisely the kind of game. There are games that involve strategy, decision making, attention to detail, teamwork, but there are
Yes.
also games that doesn't have much value. So to continue, yung mga games for me that have value, like teamwork and decision making, are survival games. Mga Minecraft, Muck. If you guys know Muck, it's a free Steam game. But yun, mga co-op games, I love playing them because we get like that sense of trust with each other, with my classmates. So I say, "Oi, dude, can you get me some materials in this?" Or like, "Dude, can I have some diamonds in your chest?" That it really makes you stick together as a team. And
Mm.
Very
yeah, your
true.
decision making, like, "Oh, guys, are we gonna go to the Nether? Are we prepared yet?" And mga scary games. I love playing scary games because the attention to detail and yun nga, the adrenaline rush.
Right,
All
So
right.
right.
So
yes, Iggy.
guys, thank you for not calling me in the other question though. So because as I've said, I don't have that much extensive exposure to games, and also as I've said, I am bad at time management, so I won't be able to answer anything about balance. But maybe the people in the comments could help me out with that. So please comment down your gaming experiences, game I'm afraid we are not going to play today just yet, but that would be a possibility in the future. Who knows, you know? But
Yeah.
as I was saying, yes, I'm on a Mac. Literally, the only thing I can run is Minecraft. You know, my brother is actually pretty obsessed with Minecraft right now. So,
Yes, I
all
feel
right.
you,
So,
Sugar.
yeah, yes, sir.
I feel you, Sugar. Kasi using a Mac computer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Right.
Right.
yes, let us ask our guest, Kato. We all know who Kato is, di ba? He's good at academics, he plays sports very well, especially yung face to face, no, very popular yan pag may di ba, pag sa ibang from other school, no, nagpapa-picture sa kanya talaga. So, Kato is a model student talaga na. And I think, you know, we can learn a lot from him. So, we would like to ask, do you have any tips in learning, as a student? From playing games. Any tips and learning that you can pass on to our audience?
Sir, before you do that, can I have you repeat how you introduced me? I'm joking. Joking. Okay. Well, because for me, the way I learn from video games is, well, at first you won't know what you're doing is wrong. Because when I started playing League of Legends with my friends, because for 2 years, it was just me solo. No one joined me. Until recently, in this quarantine, my friends started playing. I'm pretty happy. So, yeah, when they're new, I was getting really angry. I was like, dude, what are you doing? You're so bad. And then, but the more I, the more and more I did that, I realized that it wasn't healthy. It was just over a game. I would tarnish the relationship between my friend and I. So I still try to help him learn the game better, but it's not. I do it in a way that I try to not make him feel super bad about it. Not that in like the "you're so dumb, what are you doing" way. It's like, oh, you could have done this, this. If you did this, you could have won that, maybe like that. So that's one of the things that I've learned.
All
How about,
right. Yes, sir. You were gonna say something.
yeah, how about the others? Do you also have some tips?
wait lang, sir. Can I go like after the next guy? Cause there's something really loud in here. I'll just
Okay.
Okay.
fix it lang.
So Renzo, how about you? You got any tips?
All right. So tips in gaming. I would say just take breaks, siguro, because like, of
Mm,
course, for gaming, it feels like a hobby for you all the time, and obviously you want to kind of relax yourself from all of the things. But of course, when it comes to really gaming in general, it's all about maintaining that composure. Because of course, as mentioned earlier, we can be very stressed out with gaming. Of course, the point of games, as what Sir Calderon just mentioned, uh, is that games are meant to be enjoyed. So why not make the most of it by just staying calm and yeah, just stay positive. Like enjoy life as it is. So that would be my tips for you guys.
all right. Stay positive. Got it. How
Okay,
about you,
so
Alvaro?
for me naman, medyo I don't know why. Like I'm saying super deep stuff or something, or it's either I say deep stuff or the things I say don't even make sense at all. So yeah, just there's a line in between those two things, and I think I'm leaning on the things that don't make sense. So yeah, so a thing that I learned from playing video games and that I want to pass on to the audience is something I learned recently lang actually is know the reason why you're playing. Kasi there's so many
Mm,
reasons that we can make up to play. Ay, ang stressful ng day, I'll just play. Ay, sobrang, I don't know, so I'm so wala na, I'm just gonna play. Ang hirap
mm,
ng test namin, I didn't study it, I'm gonna play. You have to know the reason why you play. Kasi for me, what I do is I think of three things. GOY. God, others, and yourself. So when I play, I go like, am I doing this for God or am I helping God? Or for others naman, like, am I doing this for the others? Am I helping them? Am I helping my family? Am I helping out a friend when I play this game? Lastly is myself. So like, I ask myself talaga, why am I playing? I could be sleeping. I could be eating. I could be reading a book. I can be playing sports. Why am I playing? Like, is is me playing now going to help me in something that I want in the future? And yun, because coming back to the investment things, it's really important that we start to invest in ourselves at this age. At this age, because we're young pa. And it's important to invest in the correct things, not just video games. Don't get me wrong, video games are good. It helps in de-stressing, but too much of
Mm-hmm.
something is dangerous.
Yes.
And
Agreed. Agreed.
Agree.
yes,
Amen.
Truth.
back to you, Miggy.
Um. Well, I could all I could say is all the things you've just said. I just gonna recap all of those. That they were great lessons for actually just in life in general. Things that are for distressing is good, but too much of something is dangerous. And again, if you're gonna enjoy something, enjoy it and stay positive and don't stress out over it. So I guess that's
Yes.
all I can say, really. All right. So I think yeah, I think we could move on now. So that was a great discussion. Who knew gaming could be such a learning experience? Thank you again to our guest, Kato Balagtas. And with that,
Thank you,
I
Kato.
okay.
Great,
But
Miggy.
before we
So
move on,
before we move on, there's a comment by Sir John Watt. True, Alvaro. Sometimes playing can be an escape mechanism.
Oh,
Running away from the
yes.
problem doesn't solve things. So yeah, I think a wise
mm,
man once said,
Yes.
kung may problema ka, wag mo lang. Ay, never mind. I forgot the rest of the words, so I just won't say it.
oops. But we
Oopsies.
get the point. You
Oopsies.
get the point. All right. So okay, I think it's time to move. To give our 2 cents.
Thank you, Kato.
All right. Again, thank you so much to Kato for being here for us. He was such a great, yes, great insights from everyone actually. So if we could maybe talk about that a bit more while we later we would go ahead and look at everyone else's gaming setup. So, but before that, guys, so what did we learn? Like anything that struck you really from all of from our previous discussion?
I think I can go
Um,
first. So
yes.
something that really struck me is what Keita said, yung how he started to play. He's been playing for so long, and then ngayon lang yung our friends started to play with him. So he said how he was very patient with with our friends when they started playing, and I think that's something that we all have to keep in mind, na sometimes we're not the same, like we're not all in that level, like some of us are really good in the video game and some of us are like bago lang, we're new. And the important thing is to be patient, not only in video games but yourself, but in life.
Yes.
And we don't know who we play with, especially now that everything's online. We don't know how the person is feeling because it's just the screen we're looking at. So behind that screen can be a person who's been having a bad day, who's been having a lot of problems. So the best thing we can do is be patient and be understanding and kind to them. And yeah, how about you, Renzo? Have you have any
Yeah.
learnings for
So,
today?
yeah, we had a very wonderful discussion for the day, and I'm really glad to have a convo with you guys and the rest of our audience this evening. Okay, so any thoughts? So for me, well, like what everyone just mentioned earlier, it's really about time management. And as what I suggested earlier, you can use certain reminder apps or Google Calendar apps. You can. It's very easy to like plot. And I know, just mentioned earlier, it can be very overwhelming. But then once you like organize all those things, it becomes stress free. It it can still be stressful in a way, but like at least your your attention is there, and like you're aware of what's actually coming up next. What some of the tasks need to finish. And then for the gaming experience in general, it's really about, well, what Alvaro just mentioned. It's just patience. So don't don't be angry. Don't like stress yourself out, when you lose a game, because I mean that's part of it. I mean, no one's really gonna always win. You know, there will be times talaga na we will, lose eventually. But when we lose, we can eventually come back up. It's
Mm-hmm.
train ourselves again. Do a little practice and all, and yeah, and it's all about learning the value of gaming. What I'm actually doing this for. Like, is it something that I really want to offer to something? So someone, I mean, rather. So yeah, those are all my insights from earlier.
All right. So yeah, as I've said nga, 'di ba, gaming could be a learning experience. And in fact, one of my mottos in life is that time spent learning anything is never wasted. So just if you could turn your gaming into a learning experience, then you can don't say you have wasted time. It was a good thing for you to do that. So now I think if there's something we want to discuss, because when we were preparing this, it feels like Sir Linus really wants to talk about this. The future of gaming, like the gaming is such a big thing right now. So where would it be headed? I have something I want to say, but first I want to hear from Sir Linus or Sir Alvaro or someone who wants to go first. How about you, Sir Linus?
Yeah, well, it's good to look now at the future of gaming kasi sabi nga gaming has become part of our, for many daily lives, no? And in this
Mm-hmm.
episode, we wanted to point out that it's good, no, kasi most of our parents, they view gaming, video games as negative, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
actually, no, as long as in
Mm-hmm.
moderation. And Alvaro
Yes.
actually mentioned delayed gratification, no? If you could delay, yung gratification mo na weekdays, I won't play games, but sa weekend, di ba? Mas enjoyable, di ba, yung bagay if you delay. And also, yun nga, kasi yung gaming, it has entered sports category, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Yung competitive esports. So, that's part of,
Yes. Yes, sir.
if you want to say something about that. Also, what else? Cryptocurrency, di ba? Like Axie and other games now are, incorporated with cryptocurrency. You can actually earn while playing, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Also, there are now courses in school that will teach you about game, not just game development, but competitive
Yes, sir.
gaming. And I think one that I am most excited about is cloud gaming. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
na pretty soon.
Oh.
Pretty soon, all of us will be able to play games using our browsers. No need for a specific console like Switch or a gaming PC. You just need your browser as long as you have a very stable internet connection. And it's actually happening now. Google Stadia, right? Google Stadia, although it's not available in the Philippines yet, but in the US, Google Stadia
Mm-hmm.
is like a Netflix for games. You just stream the games, not stream na you show to others what you're playing, no, but you're streaming the games from the cloud, di ba? So what do you guys think, di ba? It's exciting, di ba, for
Very
So I like
innovative,
to
sir.
add on to what you said. So on the topic of investing and yun nga, future basically. Nemo, we're talking about future and I just mentioned it. Sorry, I'm so weird. So yun, about investing, actually, I've been investing in a game like ever since. And like the way I invest is I buy in the community market. So just to be more
mm,
specific, in Steam, there's a community market there. And one of the biggest community markets in Steam is actually CS:GO. And yeah, I know a lot of people that have uh items, in-game items that reach up to like hundred thousands of pesos. Like there's an item that can reach and like 30,000 pesos pa lang. And then there's also some items that are like 100 million dollars, not even pesos, dollars. And the cool thing is that you can invest as little as let's say as little as $1. That's like 50 pesos. And what I used to do before is I'd invest in small items like a 20 pesos CSGO case. And then by time, like let's say after a week, it's gonna like increase in like 2 pesos. But the biggest payoff I got was like I bought something for 2 pesos and then I sold it for 2 pesos, 10 like 10 pieces. and then I sold it for 200 pesos, basically. And I think the future of gaming is really going to be interesting now that Bitcoin was introduced and all that. And not only in Bitcoin, in terms of Bitcoin, but the game that Kato plays, League of Legends, there are some colleges in America that are actually giving out scholarships for League of Legends players. And yeah, I guess know your calling, basically. Know what you want to do as young
Yeah.
as now.
All right. So I'm actually excited to talk about the
Ako
future of
dito,
gaming
but
because
di ba?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, Miggy. Yeah,
Okay.
just ano no, like you cannot no, you cannot defend na maglalaro kasi kikita ko dito. So not hindi siya for everyone talaga no. So you have to
Mhm.
really prioritize pa rin your, studies. Yeah, Miggy?
All right, so I'm actually a little excited to talk about the future of gaming, mostly because I can finally contribute something. Because as I've said, don't really have that much exposure to games, but the most exposure I've got is from watching YouTube. I think you've heard of this guy, MatPat, Game Theory. He since he's a big gamer, what I've heard from him is actually this. I'm gonna actually paraphrase a bit though, and this is also a bit of my own insight. Before, gaming is still really just thought as a kid's activity, you know. That was where it stopped, but then now it's so much more, like it's became its own cultural phenomenon. Hold on, sorry guys, I'm getting low, but so it became
Yes.
sort of its own cultural phenomenon. People are making communities, or maybe just a one giant community of gamers who just enjoy this one activity, and it's already expanding way beyond just the entertainment industry. It's already created new kinds of jobs, not aside from just game streamers and esports. There's also people who do use it in military, medicine, architecture. Minecraft alone has created so many different jobs. Tools that are used to make games are also now being used to make movies. So
Yes.
it's no longer an activity, it's already a culture. And with that, all I can say is, if it's already this big, it can only go up from here, right? Sorry,
Yes.
got a little excited there.
I agree.
And
So it's
Okay.
okay. And then,
courses
sorry,
right
sir.
now, courses in colleges are, because of remote learning setup, professors are now gamifying their courses. Soon in universities next year, you grade 12, you'll experience that. There are courses that are designed, na
Ooh,
you have to complete
ooh,
these things in order to get this badge and collect, these badges
ooh.
in order to get this grade. Yeah, I had a subject like that, a gamify, and it was fun kasi it's like you're learning and also you're playing. So that's Miggy, 'di ba? That's what you were trying to tell us, na yung gaming theory principle, 'di ba, is being applied to many industries
Mm.
now. Okay, and let us hear from our viewers, no?
So, from John
Yeah.
Watt, Mr. John Watt, gaming
Hi,
is
sir.
now becoming a sport and actually a profession. Grabe yung hype lalo na sa Dota finals involving professional hosts and prizes up to hundreds and thousands of dollars. Sir, wala yan sa mga Valorant and CSGO tournaments nowadays. The LANs, it reaches to millions. And then there's this kid
Eh,
who played for Fortnite. Yeah, he was the first kid
Oh.
ata to like receive 1,000 1,000 $1 million just by winning. And then here's
Wow.
another comment by Sir John Mott. This is a danger though. Parents should still be aware of how their kids are spending money. Oh no,
Mm-hmm.
that's on me. It can also be a
Yes.
prelude to gambling if not careful
yeah,
slash not monitored. So
True.
actually in CS:GO, so since Sir put up gambling, there are a lot of sites that do gambling, but I never went there because I only my rule is I only spend what I was able to gain. So the 200 pesos I invest in other things. So I never like gamble because
yes.
addiction. Yes, Vicky, you're going to say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about this. Yeah, because you know how sometimes you can spend money on like loot boxes or something, just and you don't know what you're
Yes.
gonna get. It's almost no difference from gambling. But actually, the gaming community at large, I think, as far as I've heard, don't like this. Like this was this one Star Wars game that decided like, oh, that was like, really bombarding its players like, oh, spend money to buy loot crates or loot boxes or something. It became a highlight of the
Ah,
decade as one of the worst games of the decade.
oh no.
So yes, don't worry. They still gamers can still recognize danger and gambling in their games. So
Yeah, like if I may add, yeah, that's like the sole reason why, I personally hate pay to win. Like pay to win is one of the worst things ever, and nobody wants that. Like nobody wants to, like, spend $1,000 just for something. And I've actually seen this in a couple of games. So yeah, that's like the kind of the disadvantage with free games, and I can understand why people would prefer to, like, purchase a game, because when you purchase a game, everything there is free, like no in-app purchases. But then when it's free, of course, yeah, kind of have to face that, and it's unfortunate.
You don't
or
win. You don't win by actually, becoming good at it, but you're winning because of money spent on the
Yes,
mm,
and
game.
pure luck, sir, pure luck.
and you don't get all that learning experience and benefits that we've just been discussing this entire episode.
Okay, so let us check. Let us check. There are, couple of submissions to our
Yes.
Padlet. Thank you to the anonymous senders. You're the real heroes. So you
So
submitted
if
your
we could
setup.
share the
Yeah,
screen,
so excited to see all
which
of your
side is gonna show up?
setups.
Let's see.
Here we
Yeah.
go, here we go, let's go.
I actually
Oh,
recognize a couple of these. In fact, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give those
yeah.
two a like right now. Because
Yung Ben, ang ganda. Green. Wow, that's a nice, no. Sana
Ben
yung dress
10.
up green din.
actually I can recognize a couple of these. One is my best friend. Try You guys just try to figure that out if you guys want. I kind of want to flex it though, but I don't know if I have their permission to talk about it because they're anonymous. Do you
Right.
guys want me to say which one is it?
Yeah, go
Is
ahead.
it the phone?
Okay, so actually, yeah, I kind of wanna weirdly flex that phone right there. It's a phone case,
Ah,
but
I've
you
seen
can
this.
play Tetris in there.
I've seen this
And
Tetris?
before. That is
Wow.
cool.
guys, sir, don't worry, but I'm just gonna say this as a joke, and it could be, you could surrender the phone. Just keep the phone case. Just joking, just joking. And on the other hand, right there is just
Ule.
a screenshot of a laptop monitor there of Board Game Arena from the Lumen Club. That is
Oh.
actually my brother, I believe, who plays board games online. Yes. If a board game is online, what's the difference then? Is this already considered a video game?
I mean, it is because what you see in your computer is a video. So, yeah.
Right.
So
Right,
I
right,
think the
right.
next one is mine.
Green.
Oh, Hot Wheels.
Yeah, it is.
Sure, that goes like 600 FPS per second. Okay, so I actually just want to share one of my
Very
equipments.
2000.
I want to share one of my equipments because not everybody took it seriously. So here is my like one of my equipment. It's a mechanical keyboard, and yeah, it
Oh.
lights up, and it's
Oh,
actually
RG.
Bluetooth.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and
Nice.
I can actually also change the RGB or like change the way of lighting.
Oh,
And yeah, this
nice.
cost me like
Nice.
2.5
All
thousand
right.
So,
pesos.
So
Wow, wow.
since only
But that's like
since only
little compared to like what most gamers spend
Mhm.
nowadays.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah.
Right, right.
All right, so since only a few people submitted, then looks like they would win the special prize by default. Too bad. Just joking, guys. But who knows? It could have been a contest and you didn't submit, right? So, okay. So, all right. So, thank you guys for showing us your setups, I guess, and thank you again to Kato for being our guest today. We are about to close, but before that, I have an important announcement to make. Next week is going to be a special episode because it is our Foundation Day slash Teachers Day. So it's going to be filled with activities. And if you could, guys, please prepare some, I don't know, greetings, videos, anything you want that we could probably share during that episode dedicated to the teachers. All right, and with that,
Yes.
I think we're already going to. I think we could close right now. So, Virtus in Veritate, there is strength in virtue. This has been the FortiKast online show. Next week, we will have our special episode for Foundation and Teachers Day. See you guys there. In the meantime, God bless and stay safe. Fortuna, Fabet, Fortibus. All right, guys.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
See you next week.